Does she know that this is your boyfriend, or y'all finding out together? Because that's so effed up. If you got your friend watching your son while you having sex with her man, where did you do that at? Let me listen before I get mad at you, shorty. Because you want me to... Oh. You want me to... Hi guys, welcome to Tasha Reacts. Welcome to Tasha Reacts. I hope it's doing well, it's doing good in the hood, baby. Alright, so I've been trying to do like different type of like reaction videos. I know the last one, it has a couple of parts. So I'm gonna try to put probably like 1 or 2 parts and add different story times. I'm just trying to be consistent because I have not been consistent. I was sick. Hi guys, my name is Tasha. I have another channel called Tachassociety where I do makeup, hair, everything beauty. And I do have another channel called Tasha Jean where I do story times. I said story. Yeah, basically I do story times. Baby, there's so much channels I can't be remembering what is what. That I do story time. For my disclaimer, if the person comes up to me and say, "Hey girl, you don't have no right to be sharing my video," I will take it down. Cause I don't care. I usually leave the person's information in the description bar here or here because I'm very big of support. Baby, I'm a little off. I feel like maybe I got pulled over. I didn't have no my license was expired. Yeah. And I owe a lot of tolls, baby. My life is lifing. My life is lifing. Alright, let's go.
Story time, guys. Okay, so let's get into the story on how I found out my best friend got pregnant by my boyfriend. Okay, y'all, so in this story, we're gonna call her Tasha. So me and Tasha,
Not you call her my name. No, can we change the name? Because I don't want her to be Tasha. Because she's a trifling, good for nothing type of friend. Can't you give her a different name? Why she gotta be called Tasha?
me and Tasha, we were the best of friends. So we had got really, really close, like my senior year of high school. Okay, we were inseparable. Like literally, anytime you see me, you're gonna see her.
Those are the ones that do you the worst. I think all my closest friends was the worst ones. Like my friends, especially in high school, all of them. I was cool. Yeah, every close friend, like, especially like my senior year of high school, 11th grade. I had one friend that I was cool with. She ended up messing with my ex. I had another friend that I was cool with, was my home skiller. She ended up messing with my baby daddy. I had another friend that was cool in middle school. She tried to mess with every dude I messed with. Like, baby, I don't trust nobody. No one's meeting my man. Now, I got to the age. I'm like, oh, what you need to meet my man for? I don't care when girls are like, oh, he's not cute. Thank you. Thank you. I don't want you to think he's cute. I don't want you to like him. I don't want you to even think he's a good person. Those be the ones.
You see her, you don't see me. Like literally, we on the phone with each other all day long. So, okay, I left from Louisville and I went to school, well, to college for undergrad in Alabama. So that's when we got even closer because, you know, being from a different state, I didn't know anybody. So I would just be on the phone with her all day long, right? Okay, so during undergrad, I did meet, you know, other friends. I did make another best friend, like, there. But, you know, that was still my best friend from back home, okay? Okay, so let's get into it. Part 2 on how I found out my best friend was pregnant by my boyfriend. Let's get into it. 4 years go by, I graduate college, I moved back to Louisville with my mom, and I'm raising my daughter. I'm working at UPS, and I'm, you know, actively searching for an apartment. So I finally move into my apartment, and my friend Tasha is living with her grandmother, but she's like, you know, always at my apartment. I'm always cooking, everything. At this point, you know, we're young. We're partying every weekend. My apartment's the hangout spot, so that's, you know, the meetup spot. Now here's where my boyfriend comes into play, and we're gonna call him Zeke. Me and Zeke worked, like I said, at UPS together. And he was a really nice person. I wasn't really into dating or whatever. Never dated anybody from Louisville. So I'm like, okay, let's give it a shot. Like I said, me and Zeke worked at UPS together. And we just started hanging out, going to bars, casually dating, going out to eat, main event, Dave and Buster's. Just small stuff, to pass through the day. Hanging out, getting to know each other. And being young, dating, 24, it's like you want to be taking people serious, but then it's like you don't know if you should take somebody serious. And I've done told Tasha plenty of stories and things about Zeke. And I've told Zeke, let him know about Tasha as well. So it's like you don't think I'm out here just being whatever the word is, who I'm hanging out with, what I'm doing. Because I'm the type of person, I'm going to let you know what I'm doing and where I'm at and who I'm with. Just, so we can build that trust. Here's where it starts getting weird. So I've already showed Tasha a picture of Zeke, like let her know who he was, what he looked like, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff you do. When you got a best friend, ladies, y'all know what we do. When we have our best friend, we start talking to a new guy, we let him know. Part 3 on how I found out my best friend was pregnant by my boyfriend. Let's get into it. So, y'all, Tasha has a son named Jay that's the same age as my daughter and my little brother. So most of the time, I have, like, all 3 of them together if I'm babysitting for her or, just letting them come over at my apartment to play. Because, like I said, my apartment was the hangout spot. Adults, kids, whoever wants to come over. As long as y'all clean up after yourself and don't touch it.
That was like my old apartment. My old apartment was the spot. Everybody was there all the time. Like, but my kids was... I didn't really have people hang out like that when my daughter was there. Here and there, we have people, but... my house was the spot, like back in the days. But then when you get older, I don't really like people anymore. I don't really like being around people.
Kids, whoever wants to come over, as long as y'all clean up after yourself and don't tear shit up. So on this particular day, she phones me and she's like, hey, bestie, I need you to drop me off somewhere. I'm like, okay, cool, what are we doing with Jay? She was like, can you keep him for a few hours? I'm like, yeah, I don't mind. Okay, so let me go back to like maybe 3 days. So I've been going to my boyfriend's apartment or whatever, which is these apartments by J Mall. So I go pick her up from her grandmother's house and I'm like, okay, where we headed? She was like, it's some apartments by J Mall. I'm not putting 2 and 2 together, y'all, okay? I'm not putting 2 and 2 together. We get out there.
Wait a minute, does she know that this is your boyfriend or y'all finding out together? Because that's so effed up. If you got your friend watching your son while you having sex with her man, where did you do that at? Let me listen before I get mad at you, shorty, because you want me to... Oh, you want me to... Hold up.
It's the same apartment, same building, same door. I'm like, okay. Still not thinking nothing of it. But me being a good friend, I'm going to sit outside and wait and make sure she gets in the door. You can see the doors through like the window of the apartment. So she goes and knock on one door. And the door is literally right next door to my boyfriend's door. I'm still not putting 2 and 2 together. So the people come out and she's like, oh, it's the wrong door. I'm so sorry. So I'm like, are you in? She was like, yeah, I'm in. So I'm driving off. So I hear her go knock on another door. But I thought she said she was in. I'm still not even thinking. I'm just, I got the kids. We about to go Chuck E. Cheese for a little bit. So, y'all, so I done dropped this dirty heifer off at my boyfriend's house, not even knowing, okay? Part 4 on how I found out my best friend was pregnant by my boyfriend. Let's get into it. And I know some of y'all thinking, like, if that's your man, why didn't you call? Why didn't you go in there? I called. I called. I'm like, hey, Zeke, I'm about to drop Tasha off out by your way. Do you mind if I stop by? Like, I always ask, anytime I'm in the area, hey, are you home? I'm going to stop by. He said he was not home. He told me he was out smoking with his homeboys. And what did I do? I believed him because he had no reason to lie to me. Now, here's where it get crazy because me and Zeke was supposed to go to the movies that night to go see Ant-Man vs. the Wasp because it had just came out. So I phoned Tasha. I'm like, hey, what time do you need me to come get you? Because I'm going to go to the movies tonight with Zeke. And she was like, oh, I have a ride. You don't have to come get me. Okay, cool. I'm like, well, can Fetty come and stay with y'all, while we go to the movies? She was like, yeah, she can stay with us. She can spend the night if you want her to. I'm like, okay, cool. Now, the whole time, I'm not even knowing that he's her ride to my apartment. And I'm still not putting two and two together. But he calls and he's like, I'm on my way. I'll be there in about 20 minutes. Same time, she's texting me. She's like, I'll be there in about 10, 15 minutes. But it really ended up being 20. They got there at the same exact time. But I'm still not putting two and two together because I'm not thinking that they're together. You get what I'm saying? I'm thinking he's smoking with his homeboys and she's out there. And everybody in Louisville know you can get anywhere in the city in 15, 20 minutes. Part 5 on how I found out my best friend was pregnant by my boyfriend. Let's get into it. So my best friend was one of the only people besides my sister who had a key to my apartment. So when she get there, she come on in, but her energy is off. Like, she has an attitude. She ain't really saying much. And I'm like, are you okay? She was like, yeah, I'm good. I just didn't think I was going to be coming back. I thought I was spending the night, but he had plans or whatever. I'm like,
where's she at? You want me? Hey, yo, sis. Where's she at? What is it? What the fuck? Hell has to be full. Hell has to be. There must not be a lot of people in heaven. There's no way. No.
oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Because, I'm not knowing. So she goes to her bags and uses the restroom. She come out and I'm telling her, like, hey, are you ready? Because Zeke's here now. We're about to drop you off at home. And she's, like, giving all these excuses on why she don't want him dropping her off. Like, the wackest excuses ever. Like, oh, I don't want to ride in the back seat. I'm not a child. Oh, it's Dre, man. I don't need him knowing where I live at. And I'm thinking, like, girl, it's all right. Like, don't you want to go home? You want to stay here? Y'all can stay here if y'all want to, but it's not that deep. I'm like, or you can just take my car. She was like, no, I'm not going to drive your car. But I don't understand why you can't just take me home and then go meet up with him. And I'm thinking, like, why does it matter? Now she's trying to stage an argument. She's like, I don't understand why you would even put me in that situation. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what situation? So I asked, I'm like, what situation am I putting you in? She was like, for me to feel uncomfortable. I don't even know, dude. He just want me to get in his car. And I'm thinking, like, okay, she got a point.
Yeah, because I'm about to say, sometimes because I don't get in people's cars I don't know. You ain't gonna just tell me, Tasha, are we going? No, because if you don't watch my Storytime channel, that happened to me before with a girl had her boyfriend drop me off to the house, and the boy ended up being a stalker. He ended up liking me and talking about he fell in love with me after meeting me in the back seat of the car. Okay? So I don't blame her with that, but I would never.
No, cool. Don't worry about it. So I tell him, I'm like, hey, I'm going to drop her off and then I'll just meet you. Next day rolls around, she calls. She's like, hey, Lexi, sorry about yesterday. I was just upset because, I went all the way out there, had you drive me all the way out there, and then I didn't even get to stay. That was the whole point of me going out there, was to stay. I'm like, oh, well, you could have just said that. We could have made arrangements. It was like, well, it's not really your fault. It's his because he changed his mind at the last minute. And I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. So we just went through with the day like nothing happened. Now, as I told y'all before, we were some real party animals. So Nene calls. Nene's my sister. So she's like, hey, y'all want to go to Nirvana tonight? It's on Barstown Road. So I'm like, okay, cool. We can go there. Because we usually go to Nowhere Bar, but we end up going to Nirvana. So it's me, Tasha, my sister Nene, and then it's my other sister, and then this other girl. So like I said, my apartment, like, I stay in like the middle of where everybody live at from different parts of town. So we all meet at my apartment. So Tasha has Zeke's name saved in her phone as my boo. So he's calling. I'm like, Tasha, my boo is calling. And she was like, who? I was like, my boo. I was like, you want me to answer it for you? Because, typically I would answer the phone for her and be like, she'll call you back. She was like, no, you don't got to answer it. That was red flag number 1. So red flag number 2, he's pulling up because he was going out with us or whatever. And he's like, y'all need me to bring anything? And I was like, do anybody need anything? And there was like a cup of ice. I was like, okay, because Zeke's about to go grab it. She was like, oh, never mind. I don't know him. He don't got to buy me anything. And I'm thinking like...
Okay, now she's getting annoying. Like, why does it bother you so much that my man's doing... I don't get this world. I just don't get him. So weird.
It's a cup of ice. Like, it's what, $1.50? No big deal. So I'm like, hey, can you get everybody a cup of ice? We're going to have some drinks in the car as we going. So the night before, me and Zeke didn't end up hanging out. But apparently him and Tasha did, because her key was in his car. So he comes up or whatever, and he opens my door. And I'm looking, because, you don't have no key. He was like, his key was just in the door. And I'm thinking, like, no, it's not. Because Tasha told me before she left, she couldn't find her key. So now stuff is starting to add up. Now I'm starting to put two and two together. And I'm like, okay, so she said she lost her key. Now this man just walked in my door. So I tell my sister, I'm like, she told me she lost her key last night. He just came in with her key. What that mean? And my sister's like, that's your best friend. She wouldn't do you like that. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Maybe she really did. It was in the door. Maybe she lost it. And, when she got here, she just didn't tell me that she had found it. Because it was last night when she told me she lost it. Follow me for part 6, y'all. Part 6 on how I found out my best friend was pregnant by my boyfriend. Let's get into it. Now, I know y'all thinking now, here's the part where I'll go down. She finna find out. No. So my sister done talked to me out of, confronting her right then and there. She was like, no, do that tomorrow when y'all sober and had no drinks, and when it's just you and her, not you, her, and a crowd of people. Because, when it's a crowd of people, the reaction is different. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll wait till in the morning. So we all getting dressed.
I don't know how to do that. Don't tell me to wait. How do I wait? Maybe I don't know how. How do y'all do that? Like, maybe if something's bothering my spirit, I'm going to tell you it's bothering my spirit right now. How do y'all wait? I wish.
And ready or whatever, we about to head out. We taking shots and stuff. And she starts spinning in a circle like, Zeke, how do I look? How do I look? And I looked at my sister. I'm like, like throw my hand up like, what? And y'all, when I say y'all men are dumb, his response was, oh, you look good, girl. Like, wait, y'all playing. Be for real. So, me being me, at this point, now I'm pissed off. So, everybody get up out everybody needs to leave. Bye. Everybody. Bye. Part 7 on how I found out my best friend was pregnant by my boyfriend. Let's get into it. So, as I'm putting them out, my other friend intervenes, and she's like, Tasha, why are you doing all of this? She's like, doing all of what? She said, at first you just sitting here talking about how you don't know this man. Now you dancing in front of him, asking him how you look, this and that.
That's a friend you need. That's a friend you need. You see how that friend kind of was like, yo, you was acting mad funny. Now you asking him how you look. You was mad when he was trying to get you ice. Now all of a sudden you twirling it, how I look. And then this dummy, you look good, girl. Yo, that was my bop. Yo. Don't you disrespect me like that. Baby, she's better than me. Just get out. Baby, everyone's getting, but no, you don't you dare disrespect me.
And I said, and let's not forget, how did he end up with your key? So my sister's like, okay, this is what we're not about to do. Everybody needs to leave and let them talk. So I'm like, no, F that. Y'all don't got to go nowhere. Why did he have your key? Now, anybody who knows me knows that I am not confrontational. I don't like drama. I try to avoid it at all costs because that's just not me. And one thing about it is, like, with me and my friends, we hold each other accountable for our actions. So it's like, if you're doing something shiesty, we're going to, like, let you know. Like, we're not going to just sweep it under the rug and let you just keep doing stuff. We're going to address the issue. Okay, so I am going to give the situation the benefit of the doubt because I did introduce everybody. Once we all were there, I did introduce everybody and we were taking shots. But it was not enough to where she had to get up and start, twirling, doing her little one, too, in front of my man. So at this point, I'm real irritated. You can see it in my face. She ends up walking out. He pulls me and grabs me to the side, and he's like, you need to listen. You need to chill out because it's nothing like that. Her key literally was in the door when I got here. I wouldn't do you like that. That's your best friend.
The audacity. The audacity. The audacity, sir. Hey.
His friend, like, come on, be for real. He's trying to make it seem like, he's this sweet, innocent guy. And y'all know how y'all are when it comes to me. I'm like, okay, whatever you say. So that's what I did. I was like, okay, I believe you. I ain't believe him, though. I just told him, like, okay, I believe you. But in the back of my mind, in the front of my mind, in my thoughts, I knew it was, like, something sneaky going on. So I walk out there where she is. I was like, you know what? I'm going to let it go because we're going to have a good time. We're going to go out and enjoy ourselves. I'm not even about to sit here and do the most. I know y'all thinking like, girl, you are dumb. Like, you are so dumb right now. I'm not, though. I'm just, letting it all unfold in front of my face. Like, I'm putting together, like, how do I want to, like, address them? Like, you get what I'm saying? So we take 2 cars. My younger sister hop in the car with us, and then Tasha and my sister and my other friend, they all get in their car and they drive. So we get there, whatever. So we get there, we walk in, and she's being, the typical Tasha, being in every guy's face. Which, I didn't. If that's how you get down, that's what you like to do, that's what you like to do. I'm not going to judge you because, that's your personality. So she's like, bestie, I left my purse in the car. Can you buy me a drink? Can you buy me a drink? I'm like, okay, what drink you want? And she was like, Zeke, what drink should I get? What drink should I get? And I'm sitting there looking like, why are you asking him? You the one that got to drink it? Like, it didn't make no sense to me. So I'm like, girl, why do you keep on playing with me? So she's like, bestie, what you mean? What you mean? I just was trying to figure out what drink I should get. I don't know what to get. And I'm like, girl, you get drinks every time we come here. You don't never ask nobody, what should you get? You always know what you want. So now I'm even more mad. I'm really ready to go. Like, I'm ready to go at this point. I don't even want to be here no more. So I go to the bathroom. I tell my sister, I'm like, walk with me real quick. So I go to the bathroom. I tell my sister, I'm like, I'm about to go. She's like, what's wrong? I'm like, she's being too weird for me. Like, she asking him what drink she should get. Any other time we go out, she don't never ask, like, what drink should she get. She always know what she want. And my sister's like, yeah, I don't know. She's being real weird. Like, she's being super weird tonight for whatever reason. I'm like, exactly. And I'm not feeling that. So I texted him, like, I'm about to go. And he was like, you gone? I'm like, no, I'm about to go. Like, I'm walking out the door right now. I wasn't walking out the door. Yeah, I was in the bathroom. So my other friend texted and was like, where you at? I'm like, I'm in the bathroom. She's like, come out the bathroom right now. So I texted her back. I was like, I'm about to. I'm like, well, are you okay? Where you at? She was like, just come to the bar. So I get over to the bar, y'all. Why is this girl sitting in this man's lap?
You know what?
Wow. I said, oh, H, no, you need to get up. What is going on? So at this point, I'm yelling in the bar, like, and I just told you how I don't like confrontation, but at this point, you done played a little too much, okay? So I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? Why are you sitting in his lap? To the point where she starts throwing her hands up and she slammed the little cup. Y'all know they give you the little plastic cup. She slams the cup down and it splashes up or whatever. I said, oh, so we throwing drinks? Are we throwing drinks? And y'all know me. I can be very, very dramatic, okay? Yeah. So I'm like, are we throwing drinks? Are we throwing drinks? And she's like, I ain't throwing no drink at you. I don't know why you come over here acting like that. I thought you was gone. You said you was leaving. I said, oh, so you gonna sit in his lap because you thought I was gone. Is that what it is? So I get my stuff and I leave. She's like, how am I supposed to get home? I said, walk. Walk. I don't care. I don't know. I don't care. You can walk. Part 8 on how I found out my best friend was pregnant by my boyfriend. Let's get into it. Okay, y'all. So at this point, my blood is boiling, okay? It is boiling. And I'm very ticked off. So I get home and I let everybody know that I made it home and I'm about to go to bed. Lo and behold, this man comes knocking on my door. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out, like, why would you come knock on my door? So he's just knocking and knocking and knocking. Like, y'all, he knocked on my door for a whole hour. And he's calling my phone back to back, like, while he's knocking. So I have, like, over, like, 80 missed calls. And each time, decline. I'm not about to talk to you. Because, at this point, we have nothing to talk about. You need to go talk to Tasha. We are through. We're done. So I said, I'm like, we're done. I don't got nothing else to say to you. Nothing at all. Like, I don't want to hear no excuses, no apologies, because you're so apologetic. You're always sorry over something. Like, you a sorry person at this point, So I have a zero tolerance for BS. And I know by this point y'all thinking, no, you don't. But I really do, okay? So a few weeks go by, and I had cut both of them completely off. Like, I'm not answering no calls. I'm not answering no texts, none of them. They both been reaching out, like, 2 weeks, I say. They both reaching out, trying to, like, talk to me. I don't want to talk. So I'm, like, the type of person, y'all know, like, in the old days, when they be like, oh, I had a dream about a fish, somebody pregnant. That's me. I don't be having dreams, but I just be feeling. Anytime somebody's pregnant, all my siblings, even my brother when his girlfriend was pregnant, I knew. I told everybody, like, when they were pregnant. I don't know. It's just like a superpower that I got. So at this day, I'm like, somebody is pregnant. I texted my sister. I'm like, are you pregnant? She was like, no. I'm like, okay, I need you to come pee on the stick. Because that's what I tell them. Anytime I feel like somebody's pregnant, you need to pee on the stick in front of me. Because I know you're pregnant. And it wasn't her. So I'm like, okay, somebody's pregnant. So a few days go by, Tasha texts me. She's like, bitch, I'm pregnant. So I'm like, let's talk about it. So, y'all, she knew that would get my attention. That's why she told me. She knew that would be, like, the gateway for us to start talking. So, she come over with some snacks and stuff, and we talking about, like, what happened. We talking about everything. And I'm like, okay, maybe we can work on building our friendship back up. Because at this point, I really don't want to be friends with you no more. But, you know, you seem so apologetic, and it sounds genuine, but we gonna see. But as for Zeke, I had cut him off completely. Like, I was not talking to him.
I respect that, though. Because a lot of girls will drop friends for a guy. But we don't know. Well, this friend I don't want you to be friend with. But I respect that. Because girls will be so hard on other girls and will give men multiple chances. So I respect you for that. But I don't respect you for a friend with her. I don't like her. She hasn't. I don't even want. Well, I don't know why you give her my name.
Until, like, I said a week after I started back talking to her, I started back talking to him. So I'm like, girl, who you pregnant by? Like, this person or this person? Because these are the two people that she was doing at the time. She was like, girl, I don't know. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's okay. You know, people have babies and don't know who they by. Again, I'm not here to judge because I have no heaven nor hell to put you in. So we back on our little best friend stuff or whatever, and back to being with each other every single day like nothing ever happened. So then, like a week later, I say, me and Zeke start back talking. He's like, yeah, I don't like how that stuff went down. That's really not me. It wasn't supposed to go like that, this, that, and the third. I'm like, okay, cool. Now, at this point, me and Tasha, we sharing our locations with each other, but we got the little app thing because we're not doing it in the iPhones. We like got the little app, you know, where you share your location. You can check it 3 times a day. Okay, y'all, so I get off of work, and I'm close to where his apartment is. And, you know, I'm like, I'm about to stop by. So I call him. I'm like, hey, I just got off work. I'm about to stop by. He's like, I'm about to take a nap. But then I hear something in the background. So I'm like, who's over there? He was like, oh, nobody's over here. That's the TV. That's the TV. And y'all, he didn't have no TV in his room. He had a TV in the living room only. So if you're laying down in the bed and you're about to take a nap, why I hear your TV? Like, the way his apartment's set up, like, the room is over here, the living room is over here. Like, there's no way you would be able to hear the TV. So I'm like, okay, come when you get up. I know y'all thinking right now, like, oh, she's so dumb. She's so dumb. But no, because watch this. So I pull up. Skirt.
That's right, friend. I know you wasn't dumb. Because there's a reason why you felt all this. I had hope in you. I know you.
I go knock on the door. He's not answering. Gotta knock a little harder. He finally comes to the door. He was like, oh, what you doing here? I told you I was about to take a nap. Okay, and I'm here. Let's go take a nap together. Yeah, I walk in the house or whatever. He's being really, really strange. So his restroom is in his bedroom. I'm like, I need the bathroom. He's like, like just stuttering. I'm like, wait, I can't use the bathroom now? He was like, my toilet messed up. I said, okay, you don't be using the bathroom? He was like, I go outside. I was like, okay, we gonna have just a little bit of pee till your people come, your little maintenance people come fix it. Like, you gonna deny me from using the restroom? You gonna tell me I can't use your bathroom? What's up? Something's up. So, me being me, I'm not taking no for an answer. Like, I'm going in this bathroom, and I'm about to go in your room, and I'm about to see what the F is up, because you're being too strange for me. So, yeah, I go walk in the room, and, you know, you can see under people's bed when you walk in their room. Why I see my shoes peeking out from up under the bed? My shoes. Because I know when y'all got best friends and stuff, or close friends, you let them borrow some things. Like, I ain't do too much with the borrowing stuff, but I did let her borrow some stuff. So, why my shoes up under the bed? He's like, oh, you left them here the last time you was here. I said, so you mean to tell me I went home barefoot? I said, I don't go around barefoot. Yeah, so they must thought I left, because why when I walked back in there, I bust through the room. Why they in the bed together? Part 9 on how I found out my best friend was pregnant by my boyfriend. Let's get into it. Now, at this point, y'all know I'm ticked off and my blood is boiling so bad because why the heck are you in the bed with my man? So she's just sitting there looking like I'm in shock because I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Like, who would expect that? Like, that's not what I was going to expect to walk into, you know? And of course, my feelings was hurt, but, you know, I'm going to hear them out. So I'm looking, I'm like, what's going on here? Like, what's up? What's going on? He's like, y'all know the favorite line everybody likes to use. It's not what it looked like. It's not what it looked like. I said, well, what is it? Because what it looks like is y'all in the bed together, and that's exactly what it is. Like, what's really going on here? Y'all, so this girl gets up, and she is boohoo crying, like, snotting out of her nose and everything. And I'm just sitting here looking like, why are you crying?
Oh, you're nicer than me. Baby, talk. Talk. We talking? Hey, yo, sis. Baby. I wouldn't even have time to hear what you look like, baby. All I see is red, red, red.
Crying. Like, my feelings is the one that's hurt. I'm the one being done wrong, but you gonna cry? Make it make sense. So I'm giving them, you know, the opportunity to speak on what they feel, like what they gotta say. Like, how does this happen? Like, why are we in this situation? Like, why am I walking in here and you're laying in his bed and he's laying with you? Like, I pull the covers back and y'all just naked, like no clothes on, no nothing, like not naked completely, but like she got on like her bra and her underwear and he just got on boxers. Like, come on, like, let's be serious, let's be for real if we're gonna be anything. Like, y'all doing me so damn wrong. And this whole time I've been like really dumb. Like, I've been not putting two and two together. Like, I'm still at this point, I'm not even knowing that he is who she's pregnant by. That's how bad it got. So she's just sitting here and she's crying and she's like, well, I wanted to tell you, but I just didn't think it was ever the right time for me to tell you. I'm like, what you mean the right time? Like, there's never going to be a right time for you to tell your best friend that you going behind her back, sneaking around with her man. Like, what do you mean you didn't know when it was the right time to tell me? You didn't know how to say me. Like, that's not no stuff you should just be comfortable with telling me. So I get it. But at the same time, that's not no stuff you should be comfortable doing. So at this point, my fist is balled up and I'm like walking towards the bed. But I'm not going to fight her. She's pregnant, y'all. I'm not that type of person. Even though it's only like a little tadpole. So it's like on his dresser, they got like drinks. It's a McDonald's cup. And then it's a bottle of water. So what I do, I take it, get up. Get up, like, y'all empty the water bottle. Y'all think y'all about to just sit here comfortable? Y'all think I'm about to sit here and allow this? Y'all think I'm about to sit here and just be okay with this because you're crying? No, get up at this bed. So, you know, the cover, I done already pulled the cover back and, you know, she's in her brown underwear and he's in his boxers. So I'm like, oh, so what y'all's about to do? Y'all thought y'all was about to do something. Okay, watch this. I trashed this man's room. So I started knocking everything off the dresser onto the floor. I open up the drawers. I'm throwing everything out. Everything. I done broke his mirror. That was an accident, though. I'm sitting here just destroying this man's room because you're not about to be in here peacefully. And I'm hurt. Like, you're going to have to feel my pain some kind of way. Yeah, this man loved his shoes, okay? He was a sneakerhead, every pair of shoes. So, here I am I went all the way in the kitchen. Yes, I went in the kitchen, grabbed the juice. We always had cranberry juice because it's my favorite. So I opened up the juice. I'm just pouring it on all his stuff. And before y'all get on here, running y'all's mouth like, oh, if he would have put his hands on you, blah, blah, blah. You might as well say he did, okay? You might as well say that he did. He didn't, but you might as well say, I was getting my lick back. This was payback for hurting me. I'm going to hurt you. But I didn't put my hands on him, so it don't matter. He did not have no right to put his hands on me. So before y'all, because I know how y'all likes to be, oh, you messing with that man's stuff, and if he would have beat you up, then you would have been mad. No. We were even at this point. What I did was justified in my mind. So he's walking toward me, and he, like, grabs me up. And at this point, I'm, like, pushing him off me, like, back up, don't touch me, don't touch me. Y'all got some explaining to do. So I'm, like, trying to get over to her. And she goes in the bathroom and shut the door. So I'm beating on the bathroom door like, come out the bathroom, Tasha. Come out the bathroom. Like, why? If you're my best friend, you should be able to look me in the face and talk to me. Why are you running to hide in the bathroom? The bathroom can't save you. You can't live in the bathroom. Like, eventually you have to come out of this bathroom. So I knocked on the door. Like, I'm beating on the door. I'm yelling at the top of my lungs. And so I'm like, okay, bet. Now, mind y'all, she don't got on nothing but her bra and her panties. So what I do after I done pour that juice all over everything, I went outside and I threw her stuff like outside, like all the way outside, like in the parking lot. Cause baby, stop playing with me, okay? Stop playing with me, cause I can really be like that kind of person. I just choose not to be that kind of person. So I done threw all her stuff outside, except my shoes. And baby, you are not wearing my shoes, so however you get out here, you're going barefoot. So I'm still beating on the door again. I'm like, you need to come out this bathroom. She's like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. You doing too much. You doing too much. You being crazy. I don't know why you acting like it's over N-word. I don't know why you acting like it's over this. I don't know why you acting like it's over this N-word. I don't know why you acting like this over this N. I'm like, girl, how I'm acting like this, why I'm acting like this. This is my man's apartment and you're here. Why are you here? Like, I'm yelling at the top of my lungs. And she's still not trying to open the bathroom. So he always keep his wallet in his top drawer on the little nightstand thing. So I go to the nightstand, I grab out his wallet, and I grab out his card. Everybody knows that you can get into any room inside a house or whatever with a card. So I go right on over to that bathroom, and I take the card, and I'm sticking to the little thing. 2 seconds, boop, door open. Bag it out. She's like...
Did she say her name? Hold on.
Bag it out. She's like, I'm not going
I don't know if I said
I'm not going nowhere, baby, listen.
I don't know if she said her name. That's why I kept going back. Like, did she say her name?
Nowhere, baby, listen. Up out of here. You're going out of here. So I grab her, and I'm, like, pulling her outside. And he's like, bro, let her go, bro. Let her go. You taking up for this?
Exactly. Not you defending. You just need to shut up and be cute over there. So, don't you be defending her.
Up for this trick. You really taking up for this trick? Like, at this point, me and her friendship, we are done. We are through. I got nothing else to say to you. I don't know what you're going to do about telling these 2 dudes that you pregnant. Which one you going to pick to be the daddy. I don't know. But guess what? I don't want no parts of it. So what you need to do is get your stuff and get out of here. Well, your stuff is already out. But you just need to get out. She's like, I'm not going outside naked. I'm not going outside. Why ain't you? What you putting on? What you going to get, a towel? You can get the towel, but you're not getting none of these clothes. She's like, where the shoes at? Where the shoes? You're not wearing my shoes, girl. You are not wearing my shoes. I don't know what type of bold stuff you own, what you done smoked, what pill you done popped, whatever the case, that made you feel this superior. So where you can just do this dumb stuff. Yeah, but no, this ain't that. So I drag her. Like, we pulling back and forth. But, you know, I'm pulling her. Like, we the same size. Like, I'm 100 pounds. She's 100 pounds. It's not that hard. And then she's too busy trying to, like, cover up because she ain't got nothing on. So I get the door open. She's outside. She's knocking on the door. Let me come back in and get my stuff. Let me come back in and get my stuff. Baby, no. Go get that stuff. She's like, my clothes is wet. You really gonna put me out? You really gonna put me out? Didn't I? So he's like, I'm gonna just go take her home. No, you're not. He's like, yes, I am. So I ran and get the key. Y'all, why are we sitting here tussling over this key like we literally rolling around on the floor for this key? You're not going to take her home. I don't care if you did bring her out here. She caught a ride out here, whatever the case. You're not. She can go hop on the tarp.
Well, he cares about her enough to do it. Other guys will pick you. So, you know, I always tell people, if a man's showing you something, believe him. So he's evidently showing like he don't care to lose you. He cares about that girl some way, somehow. There's some, you know, he cares about her. Because other guys are like, yo, then go on, just go. Like, he cares about the girl some way, somehow. You know what I'm saying? Because he beating you up for her.
Right out here, whatever the case. You're not. She can go hop on the tarp. The 18 will go right to her house. So I get the key. I run out the door. I take the key. I launch it. It's a big old field. Nothing but grass. He's like, how am I supposed to find my key in grass? I don't have no spare key. He's just yelling, getting mad all in my face. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. She shouldn't have been out here in your bed. She shouldn't have been out here in your bed. So he grabbed me by my hair like this, and he dragged me into his apartment. Follow for the next part. Part 10 on how I found out my best friend was pregnant by my boyfriend. Let's get into it. Okay, y'all. So we go in the house, and
Not her having the clown face. Yeah, that's funny.
I'm just looking at him, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, okay, talk. He was like, can I get a hug first? I'm like, a hug for what? Like, why do you need a hug? And he was like, please, can I just get a hug? Because then that means I know at least you still got some type of love for N. You still got some type of love for N. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, I can't just, like, hate you overnight, but I'm not effing with you right now. So he walked over and put his arms around me or whatever, and I'm just standing there. He's like, so you're really not going to hug me back? You're not going to hug me back? I'm like, hug you back for what? You was just laid up in the bed with the next B word. Like, hug you back for what? So he's like, well, can I at least get a kiss? I said, are you trying to pass me germs? Like, diseases? Like, don't you know that's how stuff gets started? I'm not kissing you. I said, you can kiss my... Y'all know the rest. So he's like, okay, I'll kiss it. And I'm like, ew, no. Like, I don't even want you kissing that. And y'all know how men do. When they get caught, they get to yapping off at the mouth. Saying anything. Anything that they think gonna sound good. Oh, I'll go buy you a ring tomorrow. Boy, I don't want you to buy me no ring. You think I want a ring from somebody that's laying in the bed with my best friend? If you think I want a ring from you, then y'all see the face. I'm a clown, okay? Because I was really sitting here hearing this man out, y'all. Like, I'm really sitting here trying to hear what all he got to say. Like, you know, giving him the benefit of the doubt. Like, you know. But I'm like, so how did she get out here? He was like, she caught the Turk. I said, dang, so she ain't even good enough for you to go pick her up? You gonna cheat with my best friend and make her ride the Turk? Like, that's dead wrong. So we talking, y'all, and she's knocking on the door like, can I come in? Can I come in? So I'm yelling. I'm like, girl, no, you can't come in. Like, why do you think you finna come in?
Well, she should come in too, because you're talking to the man. You should talk to her too. Because if you're giving him the benefit of the doubt and letting him hug you and talk to you and caress you, she can come too. Making a party.
She's like, I just need to call my ride. My phone ain't charged. None of this. She's like, I don't care about nothing y'all got going on. I'm trying to call my ride. I'm like, didn't a couple weeks ago I dropped you off at this other door right next door? Ain't that where you went? Ain't that where I dropped you off at a couple weeks ago? Go in there. Because that's where I dropped you off at, right? You came out here to see your friend. That's where I dropped you off at. She was like, no, actually, if you want to be honest, if you want to be real, since you want to be a B word, actually, you dropped me off over here. I said, girl, you already outside the door. You just gonna keep running it, huh? So she keep on saying, like, you must forgot your car was out here. I'm like, okay, we ignoring her at this point. So we go to his room or whatever. So
Oh no, I'm not ignoring her. Baby, you're wrong. You ain't gonna be talking shit knowing that you wrong. And you wearing my shoes, ho. You have my shoes on your feet. This girl watching your children. This girl doing all this for you. And you gonna sleep with her man?
I'm sitting down, I'm listening to him talk, whatever, still yapping away on how they started talking on Instagram around the time we first started dating. And before he decided that we were going to actually, like, be exclusive or whatever, he was still messaging her.
This is from the beginning of the whole relationship?
But she told him that she knew me. She knew of me. She ain't know me like that, but she knew of me because she asked, are you dealing with anybody? And he was like, yeah, this girl named Lexi or whatever, yada, yada, yada. Why he even said my name, don't know. But she was like, oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know of her, but I don't know her like that. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, dang. So she even said she don't know me like that. So, like, what it really is I don't know her like that, because if you're gonna do all of that behind my back, you right, I don't know you like that, and you don't know me like that. So he's still sitting here trying to plead his case on how he's not in the wrong, and I'm blowing everything out of proportion, and it's not what it looked like. And I'm like, okay, so how would you feel? So Jarrell is his best friend. I'm like, how would you feel if you see me and Jarrell in the bed? And Jarrell is the real name, so my bad. But I'm like, how do you feel if me and Jarrell was in the bed together and you walked in? He's like, why you even bringing him up? That makes me feel like you been plotting on him this whole time. You been wanting him. I'm like, why are you trying to switch the subject?
Not the reverse psychology.
Wanting him. I'm like, why are you trying to switch the subject? That's not even what we're talking about. That conversation's not here nor there. You was in the bed with this trick, and then here I am looking stupid. So he says some more little slick stuff. So we get to tussling, because at this point I'm fed up. I'm really fed up, and I ain't got time for no slick comments, no side comments, no none of that stuff. So we tussling or whatever, and then next thing you know, I hear boom, and then the car alarm's going off. And I'm like, I know this is not my car. Follow me for the next part. Part 11 on how I found out my best friend was pregnant by my boyfriend. Let's get into it. So we still tussling around on the floor a little bit for about maybe 10 minutes or so. So eventually the alarm is still going off. So I'm like, okay, let's go see what this alarm is about. So we walk into the door, and as soon as I get outside, I see his hood is like lifted up. Now outside the apartment setup, it's like a little garden thing, the little landscape and stuff that they do or whatever. There's bricks. The girl done took a brick outside of the little garden thing, picked it up, and threw it on this man's hood. So the hood is popped up. The alarm is just going off and going off and going off, because obviously he can't shut it off. He gets to yelling in my face and screaming still like nonstop. And I'm just sitting here like, why are you yelling in my face? Like, what is wrong with you? Don't yell at me, because I don't like people yelling at me. He's like, nah, F all of that, F all of that. You should have thought about what you did before you threw my key. I'm like, you should have thought about what you did before, she was out here. Like, that's definitely fair. At this point now, he's fired up, and he's getting all worked up like he's got a sweat. He runs up towards me and body slams me like on the ground, like into the field. And I'm like, Negro, are you crazy? Like,
it's not funny. I wasn't expecting that. Like, what? She wasn't even the one who messed up the car. She threw your key, yeah, but not him body slam. It's not funny. I promise you it's not. But I was not expecting.
And I'm like, Negro, are you crazy? Like, you are out of your effing mind. And I just told y'all it's a bunch of bricks right there. So I go and I get a brick, and I'm like, okay, so let's play. I took a brick and I threw it at him, because why are you putting your hands on me? Like, why would you slam me down on the ground outside? So now we outside on the ground tussling, because you're crazy. You're really freaking crazy at this point, because you're mad at me. Why is your anger not towards this girl who done sat here and busted your hood open? Now at this point, all the neighbors and everybody's starting to come outside, because they hear all the commotion, all the yelling, all the loud talking or whatever. The lady next door, she's like, oh, I'm about to call the police if y'all don't stop. I'm like, well, you're going to have to call them, because I'm not stopping nothing. She's like, I'm going to ask y'all one more time to take that mess on the inside of y'all house, because that's not for outside. We don't need to see that. I said, I'm not taking nothing nowhere. It's getting handled right here where it got started. Now, the whole time, me and Zeke is tussling, going back and forth. Shorty is just sitting here, standing here, recording us, like watching. Like, why are you watching us and recording us? So she started laughing. It's like, look at these two clowns, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know, just talking mess or whatever. So I get up and I'm looking. I'm like, okay, so what's funny? Like, what's funny? Now, I done spared you a few times, quite a few times to be exact. She's like, nah, you ain't spared me from nothing. You ain't spared me from nothing. Y'all know the love phrase everybody sees. She's like, I bars none. I bars none. I'm like, okay, and? Now, the neighbor, she did exactly what she said she was going to do. She called the damn police. So the police ended up coming. They got there in like 5 minutes. Like, they didn't play no games out there. When the police get there, they're like, do we need to do a report? Is this domestic violence? What's going on? We see a male and female. Are y'all a couple? What are y'all? I'm like, no, we just friends. It's not domestic violence. We're just friends. This trick Tasha's talking about they a couple, and she just found out her man was cheating on her with me. I'm looking like the balls of this girl, like the nerve, like, you are so bold. And I looked at the police officer. I said, and she's about to get smacked. Now, at this point, the police officer's like, ma'am, I'm sorry, but if you put your hands on her in front of us, then we'll have to put you in handcuffs and take you downtown. I'm like, okay, cool. Turn around. I'll do it behind your back. We're just standing outside talking or whatever. Then it starts to sprinkle. So we like, okay, we're done. We're going to go in. It's raining. We're going to let that be it. So I asked the police officers, like, y'all going to give her a ride home because she needs a ride? And she's like, no, I don't need a ride. One of y'all going to get me home. One of y'all going to get me home. I'm like, she needs a ride. Now, at this point, I'm ignoring her because you're just talking to be heard. Like, nobody's paying you any attention. You just want some attention. As soon as we get in the house, he's grabbing me up, and I'm just like, what are you on? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why do you keep on roughhousing me? Like, I've never roughhoused with this man previously. Like, we never just play fight or anything. I don't like that. I don't ever raise your hand at me. I don't like that. I feel threatened. She comes, and she's banging on the door saying, y'all need to let me in. I don't know which one of you bees is taking me home, but one of you bees is finna take me home. I grabbed a cup of water or whatever, and I opened up the door, and I just, like, threw it in her face. I'm like, nobody's taking you home. She's like, oh, I got something for you. I got something for you. I'm like, what? She's like, come outside, B. Come outside, B. I'm like, girl, I'm not about to fight you. Come outside for what? Like, you're pregnant. Go get one of your sisters or something. She's like, no, come outside, come outside. And, y'all, I'm not even that type of person. Like, I don't do all that ratchet stuff, okay? So when she's saying all this threatening stuff, come outside, I'm just laughing. So I FaceTime my sister. So I'm showing my sister, I'm like, look what she done did to this man's car. Like, I'm outside with the phone, got the camera flipped on his car. I'm like, look what she done did to this man's car. Like, how you this mad? You go destroy my man's car. And she's like, I can't believe she would do something like that. And y'all been friends for over so many years, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, exactly, like, switching up over some DICK. She's like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I am mad at the wrong person. I need to be mad at you because why would you pop up out here anyways in the first place? And I'm like, that's my NIGGA. Like, what do you mean? She's like, was, ain't no more, was. I'm like, oh, my God. Like, girl, you are doing it up. Like, you doing the most. It's not even that deep. I said, he's not even all of that for real. You can have him. I can just leave. So I go to get my keys out of his house. Why I come back outside, y'all? This girl that took a brick and threw it through my back windshield. Okay, comment and follow me for this.
Yeah, it's between her and my son. What is up with this girl? She's just like breaking property. Jesus.
Next part. Part 12 on how I found out my best friend was pregnant by my boyfriend. Let's get into it. Now, y'all already know my blood was boiling. I was super pissed. So, he heard me yelling. So, he ran outside. I'm still on FaceTime with my sister. I'm like, this bitch just sat here and busted out my back windshield or whatever. So, I opened up my car door and I throw my phone in the car. It's glass everywhere. My baby's car seat, everywhere. So, I just ran up on the girl and I'm swinging on her like, we are tussling real bad. So, she had like cut my eye right here. Well, y'all can't see, but I had like a cut on my eye for like the longest. Because she had rings on or whatever. But all she did was, like, it went across, like, and cut me on the eye. So he's like, you need to stop. You're going to make her have a miscarriage. She's bleeding. I'm like, I don't give a about her bleeding. And as
she's not thinking of herself. Like, I don't understand when people always talk about, like, oh, my God, she's pregnant. She's pregnant. She's the one who should be protecting her baby. If somebody come up to me and try to fight me, I have a baby in my stomach. I'm not fighting you. I'm protecting my child at all costs. Well, sometimes, one time, maybe 2 times, I didn't think very straight. But I hate when people try to use that. Her baby's like 2 seconds. Sis, you don't care about the baby, I don't either. I'm just saying. I hate when people say that. Oh, she's pregnant. But she's pregnant. The baby's in her, not in me.
he's like pulling me back, I'm still, like the aggressor at this point. I'm going toward her because you done sat here and did all of his stuff. You done busted his head. Not that I care about that, but you done talked all this mess. That's all she was doing, was talking all this mess. And then you bust down my window and you think I'm about to just sit here and do nothing? Do I look like the type of person that cares that you're pregnant, cares that she was my best friend? No, at this point, I did not care. And anyway, she wasn't even that far along. She was only like some weeks or whatever. And it was still a little tadpole. It wasn't even a baby yet. He's like, what's going on? Why would you bust her window out? I'm like, you asking questions. It ain't time to ask questions. It's time to get down to business. My sister get there or whatever, and she's like, oh my God, y'all need to chill out. Like, y'all best friends. I said, we ain't nothing. I said, I don't know that B word. I don't know that B word. Like, we ain't nothing. And she's like, you need to chill out. You got grass stains all on your clothes. I'm like, I don't care about no grass stains. And she was like, and she's bleeding. She's bleeding. I'm like, I don't care. My eye hurt. Like, the corner of it or whatever. Like, literally, like, when you blink your eye, the corner part right here, it was cut open from her ring. And, yeah, she's like, but her face is bleeding. Her face is bleeding. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. And, y'all, my hands are so little, but they hurt, okay? But anyways, like I said, I don't ever do like that ratchet stuff, whatever. So I was really mad that I was even out here tussling, you know, at our big grown age that we at. And at this point, before y'all get to talking about, oh, you fighting her over a man, it wasn't even over no man. It was over the...
It don't matter. Yes, it was over a man. That is just disrespectful. You are my friend. My best friend. My best friend. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we fighting. We fighting today, tomorrow, and the day after. Yep, we are.
The disrespect and the fact that she sat here and busted my windows for no apparent reason. So I'm like, you might as well go on and call your baby daddy and ask him to come pick you up. You need to call your baby daddy and tell him come pick you up. She's like, and I ain't got to call him. I ain't got to call him. I said, well, you need to figure something out. You need to figure something out. Y'all, so the neighbors then called the police out here again. So it was the same officer. One of them was the same officer, but another one, it was a black man. It was a different officer. So the white officer's like, I just told y'all I was going to have to take y'all downtown if y'all get to fighting or whatever. I'm like, no, we ain't get to fighting. We was just tussling in the grass. Like, we playing. At this point, she playing with me. Now, the white officer's like, ma'am, you got blood on your hands. You got blood on your hands. I need to see if you need to seek medical care or whatever. I'm like, it's not my blood. It don't matter. It's not my blood. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, my hand, like, where my knuckles and stuff is, like, my hand was swollen for, like, 3 days. And I was just so mad. Now, the girl got 2 knots on her head. The police officer's like, I need both of y'all to separate, and I don't need y'all going back into the same residence. I'm like, she was not welcome in the residence that she was in the first place. There's no reason for her to be there. I'm like, she's pregnant. She came attacking me. Like, she kept trying to fight me this whole time. Like, she been trying to be so aggressive toward me. And I've been being so chill. Like, I just been asking questions, trying to figure out what's going on. Now we getting down to the nitty gritty. The girl's like, girl, F you, F your daughter. You a dumb B word. You a dumb B word. I'm like, dumb? Like, what? She said, yes, you're dumb. You're really dumb. I'm like, I'm not. I'm not. And y'all, I really was. I really was. She looked me dead in my face and said, are you really that slow? I'm like, what you talking about? She said, you gotta be that slow. She was like, come on now, Lexi, we've been best friends for this many years. You should know me by now. Are you really that slow? You don't pay attention to your surroundings. You don't pay attention to anything. Like, your common sense is not common. And I'm just looking at her like, girl, what are you even talking about? And y'all, she's sitting here telling me the truth. Like, everything she's saying is actually. So she goes and breaks it down. She goes on to say, you sat here and watched me dance all in your end's face, sitting in his lap in the bar. You ain't do nothing but storm out and walk off. Who do you think he ended his night with? I'm like, girl, okay, I don't even care. She was like, all this time I've been sitting here giving you the signs, letting you know that that's who I'm pregnant by. That's my baby daddy. Y'all, when she said that, all hell broke loose, okay? All hell broke loose. Follow me for the next part, okay?
You guys can continue. That's enough story time for me.
Oh yeah. People get stung by children.
Check her out, okay, baby? That's too much for me. Okay, too much drama. That's too much drama. I think she has like a couple of more videos, baby. If I keep watching it, we're gonna be here for like 2 hours, okay, baby? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. You know, I always leave the information here or here, baby. That was too much for me. Charlie, baby, she would have no. You know what? Yeah, just check out her channel. I think I always leave their TikTok down below. Follow her for more, baby. I couldn't. I think there was like a couple of it. Cause some video, a lot of the story times, they go for a while. There's this one girl story time I was following. I think she's the next one, and I swear she has like 7 parts because it's like an hour to 2 hour long. But yeah, I'm like, alright, yo, there's so much of the stories I can do. But anywho, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe, sis. And I'll see you guys Bye.
DJ Skylar, DJ Steven.